If you're an electrical contractor, let's be real. Time is everything. It's the one thing you can never get back. We spend a fortune on the latest tools, the slickest software, all to shave off a few minutes here and there. But what if one of the biggest time savers has been right there, bolted to the wall on every single job you've ever done? Let's take a closer look.
I want you to think back over your last couple of jobs. What was that one little thing that snowballed? The thing that caused the delays, the rework, that moment where you're just staring at it in total frustration. I'm going to bet it's not what you're thinking.
Yep, that's right, the good old distribution board. For years, it's just been a box, something functional we had to deal with. But as we're about to see, the gap between a poorly designed board and a well-engineered one, well, that gap is measured in hours, and ultimately, in your profit margin.
So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to break down how a smart distribution board can literally transform your workflow. We'll start with the hidden costs of a bad design, then look at the specific features that save you hours, and finally, connect all of this directly to your bottom line.
Let's start with the problem itself. You know that sinking feeling, right? You crack open a brand new board, and your heart just drops because you know it's going to be a fight from start to finish. The thing is, this isn't just an annoyance, it's a direct shot to your productivity.
And this quote, man, it just nails it. When the inside of a board is a chaotic mess, it's not just untidy, it's actively working against you. It creates this perfect environment where mistakes are super easy to make and a real pain to track down and fix.
And these are the real-world costs we're talking about. You're burning time on rework, trying to trace some mystery circuit. You're fighting through a jungle of spaghetti wiring that just slows everything down. And all of this, it can lead to delays getting the inspector to sign off. And let's not even talk about what a messy panel does for your professional reputation. But, okay, here's the good news. Manufacturers are finally starting to get it. They're realizing that the most important person who uses a distribution board isn't the architect, it's not the end client, it's you. It's the person actually installing it. And that simple shift in thinking has created a whole new approach.
This is the key idea right here, installer-centric design. What it means is that the board is no longer just a passive box. It's an active tool, engineered from the ground up to make your job faster, easier, and a whole lot less prone to error.
So, what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the specific, tangible features that separate a board that wastes your time from one that saves it. Okay, just look at the contrast here. It's night and day, right? On the left, you've got all the familiar headaches. Cramped spaces where you scrape your knuckles, terminals tucked away in some awkward spot, and those knockouts you have to fight with a hammer and screwdriver. Then on the right, you see the solution. Clean layouts, tons of room to dress your cables, easy access to everything. It's just better.
These are the game changers you should be looking for. Boards that come pre-populated save a ton of time on just putting the components together. That gutter space makes cable management almost enjoyable. And clear integrated labeling, it means you can document as you go, not scramble to do it all at the end. Every single one of these is like putting time back in your pocket.
All right, so we've seen the features. They're cool. But now, let's talk about the payoff. How does a well-designed board actually make you more money? It all comes down to this: hours. Seriously, think about it. If you save just 30 seconds per termination on a 36-way board, and you multiply that across phase, neutral, and earth for every circuit, you are literally saving hours of labor on a single panel. Hours you can now bill on the next job. And you can see this perfect chain reaction here. It all starts with a good design. That leads to fewer mistakes. Fewer mistakes mean your testing phase is way faster and cleaner. A quality install means fewer, if any, callbacks. And what do fewer callbacks mean? More profit on the job. It's a straight line from A to B. And this quote, this one just nails the financial reality of it. Every single callback is time and money you are never, ever getting paid for. That little extra you might pay for a premium board, think of it as an insurance policy against that loss. Avoiding just one of those warranty calls pays for the better gear many, many times over. So let's wrap this up by kind of reframing how we even think about the distribution board. It's not just another item on the materials list. It should be one of the most strategic tools you have in your arsenal.
You know, going for the cheapest board just based on price tag is a classic false economy. Any money you think you're saving on that initial purchase gets absolutely wiped out, and then some, by the extra labor hours you'll spend fighting with the thing on site. So here's your strategy, your playbook. Start actually looking at the internal design before you buy. Treat that slightly higher upfront cost as what it is, an investment in your own efficiency.
And get your team to standardize how they install and label every board. Create that consistent professional standard that pays off job after job.
So the real question to ask yourself on your next project is this. When you open that box, is what's inside designed to help you win, or is it just another obstacle you have to fight your way through? Because the choice you make right there could literally define the profitability of the entire job.